Please help me. He's not breathing. Please help me.
She couldn't stop being a monster. She couldn't stop being cruel, man. You don't know what she's done to me. You don't know the cruelty she's done, man. I believe it makes a man temporarily insane for a minute, man, when you think about it. You know that?
On a rainy day in Boulder, Colorado, on June 18, 2018, the four-member Jones family decided to go to the city center for a few days. Everyone waited by the travel trailer, but they needed to wait for the clothes to be washed and grab a few outfits. After the 13-year-old girl in the family explored their home, the Ponderosa Mobile, she got into the car. Meanwhile, the mother of the family went home to check on the clothes. An hour later, the police station in Boulder was called, and on the other end of the line was the family's 11-year-old son.
He's not breathing. Please help me.
Immediately after the call, a police car and an ambulance rushed to the area, and these scenes were captured by the police body cam.
Hello? Hello?
Please help me. You got to help my wife. You got to help my wife.
They got
my whole life, dude. Please help her. Please. Oh my God.
Take a deep breath, okay? The best people that can possibly be working on her, okay? We got paramedics on her, all right?
Oh my God.
Let's see what's going on.
With the arrival of the ambulance, emergency aid was initiated. At that moment, the police asked Scott what exactly had happened, and he said that Debra had complained of feeling warm and having difficulty breathing, then suddenly collapsed to the ground unconscious. Scott, considering his wife's past medical issues and overweight, suspected that she had suffered a stroke.
She's like 220 pounds, man. I told her, man, you gotta take care.
It's not going to get her in trouble, okay?
I don't know. Always hear about it. Smokes that damn pipe where they heat up the end and they stick it in that stuff.
A bunch of them get smoked that way. Could it be heroin, though?
I don't think so. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Debra was swiftly transported to the hospital, but despite the efforts, the attempts were unsuccessful. The 44-year-old woman left this world within 30 minutes. According to her medical records, she had diabetes and heart valve disease, and her condition was exacerbated by her excessive weight. Meanwhile, the police, suspecting foul play in the incident, asked Scott to come to the police station and requested his assistance in solving the case. And Don Dillard, the lead investigator on the case, initiated the interrogation to investigate Debra's death.
I don't know, dude. Like, she went like this. She started going like that and stuff.
I didn't know about it. Any discussions about your relationship, how things are going?
No.
Scott mentioned that they occasionally had arguments with Debra, but they were good parents. However, he admitted that they wanted to divorce. It's apparent that a significant portion of their issues stemmed from financial problems, as there were records indicating that Debra had worked as a chef in various restaurants and universities over the years, whereas nothing similar was known about Scott's work history.
I love my wife and she loves me, man. And I have no idea how that went down like that today, dude.
Okay.
When she fell, yeah, she was face down, she fell.
Did something happen in that room that...
No way, man. No way.
I mean, I know accidents happen. If you're arguing, did something happen that went too far? Did she have a heart attack and die?
No.
Scott's behavior seems quite natural given his recent loss, and it's understandable that he would appear stressed and agitated, even striking the table with his hand. However, when the police asked Scott if something had happened there, he avoided eye contact and began scratching his face. According to his body language, these actions suggest dishonesty.
I get my kids home, and I've answered a lot of questions. I've been very cooperative.
The interrogation continues for 3 hours without any significant developments. Eventually, the police cannot detain Scott without any charges, so they allow him to leave. However, just as they are about to exit the room, a phone call takes the entire case to another level. As the first responder at the scene, Officer Mike Terry receives a call from the manager of Pandera's home, informing him that the hidden cameras in the park have captured something significant, and they need to review the footage.
I put up a Google Drive, I downloaded the video. It's an hour long if you need more. I just got chills up in my spine. I couldn't watch it.
The mentioned hidden camera, concealed in a chocolate box by the park manager and placed in the laundry room, was intended to catch a thief, and this small detail changed the entire story. The commissioners decided to watch the video with Scott, allowing them to view the incident from a different perspective. This event provided an opportunity to see the story from another angle.
So this is the video that we were talking about.
The video shows the family's little girl getting into the car, while Debra heads towards the park's laundry room from behind the car. We also see Scott following her. Scott goes there as a last resort because Debra intended to initiate divorce proceedings when she returned after spending these few days at her mother's house. A few seconds later, they are seen entering the room forcefully, indicating that they were having a heated argument.
I thought there was some common sense with you.
Well, I thought he knew that you don't remember being there.
He doesn't know.
I didn't. So that's why you told me. We are never going to be together.
You're so cruel. Is that all you got, cruel and mean?
You're getting my way.
Weird. Who's in here?
You're getting out of there. No, whatever. Get away from me.
Get away from me.
Oh, don't touch me, God. You can't force me to love you anymore. Get out of the... Where's the door? I'm trapped. Get away from me. You make me feel terrible. Get away from the door.
From the sounds captured, it's evident that a physical altercation took place. The argument lasts for approximately 90 seconds and concludes around 7 o'clock, as the voices cease. During this time, the camera's microphone is not connected, but shortly afterward we hear Scott panting and the sound of the washing machine running. Now that we've established that there was indeed a physical altercation in the room, what will Scott say about it?
That doesn't prove anything, and you know that.
It shows us that something happened in that room. What's going on during that time?
The police are asking a valid and crucial question here. After reviewing the video, it's evident that Scott waited by his wife's body for 47 minutes. There could be several reasons for this prolonged period of inactivity. In situations like these, individuals experience a multitude of emotions: stress, fear, guilt. But Scott may have been in a state of shock, leading to emotional paralysis. In such circumstances, the brain explores numerous ways to cope and protect itself from potential dangers. Eventually, the decision-making process kicks in. During this time, Scott might have considered fleeing, calling the police, or seeking help, or he may have simply been attempting to eliminate evidence at the scene. Looking at Scott's state of mind, some may argue that he is guilty, while others might say that more evidence is needed to believe he is guilty. However, after this video, it becomes nearly impossible for him to be innocent. After 47 minutes, Scott collects himself and walks out the door. In such situations, parents often try to shield their children from the incident, as it could leave a lasting impact on them. However, this man, in an interesting turn of events, first attempted to reunite his son with his mother's body.
Oh my God. 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 Please, Mama, wake up. Mama, please. Oh God. Oh God. Please do help us. Oh God. Please.
But I didn't think anything through. I didn't think about anything. I just reacted. I don't know what happened. I just I just reacted. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's nuts.
From then on, Scott no longer professes love for his wife and family. Instead, he cooperates with the police in an attempt to receive a reduced sentence, portraying the incident as something that happened in a fit of anger provoked by his wife.
What happened?
I don't know. You think I am not kicking out myself? You don't think I feel bad?
Well, I know you are.
Oh man, it wasn't good enough. I'm taking the kids. You ain't taking my kids. Threatening me, with me, man. I mean, with me. Just couldn't stop being a monster. She couldn't stop being cruel, man. You don't know what she's done to me. You don't know the cruelty she's done, man. I believe it makes a man temporarily insane for a minute, man, when you think about it. You know that? You don't know the troubles. You don't know the pain. You don't know what I've endured. You don't know what that woman put me through. You don't know what she did to my son. You don't know. Hey, where do we go from here, man? I need a lawyer, don't I?
Do me a favor, stand up.
During the interrogation, Scott confessed to being involved in his wife's death, but claimed it was in the heat of the moment provoked by his wife's threats and anger. After the interrogation, he was detained until a decision was reached by the judge. Meanwhile, news came from the hospital examination, revealing that Debra's cause of death was drowning. Scott was charged with intentional manslaughter because if he had wanted to, he could have stopped himself from drowning his wife or called for an ambulance sooner. The interesting aspect is that despite Scott professing love for his wife all that time, he didn't seem remorseful after landing in prison. Investigations revealed that he had emotionally threatened his wife for the past 10 years. It became apparent that someone like Scott couldn't digest the idea of divorce and resorted to such actions. Finally, on December 20th, 2019, Scott's trial began. With his confession, the footage from the cameras, and the testimony of close relatives, Scott Johns was sentenced to 48 years in prison. Additionally, for emotionally harming his son by taking him to the scene of the incident, he received an extra year, totaling 49 years of imprisonment. At the end of the day, justice was served. Let this be a reminder that actions have consequences, and love should never turn into violence.